Morning, friends and family. John Miller, your Lake Stevens Realtor, coming at you here on a Monday, July 27th of 2020. We're still in phase 2 of our coronavirus lockdown with no end in sight, unfortunately. Our numbers are starting to get a little bit better, but we're still not near going into phase 3, and our governor doesn't want anyone moving or going to the next phase until further notice. So I'm not sure how this is going to affect kids going back to school and basically the rest of the year. It's going to be an interesting year. I mean, obviously, as we get into the winter months, infectious diseases tend to rise because of people congregating inside, but what do you do? Anyway, this week we'll just do a market update. I was reading an article from a fellow who was interviewed regarding how the virus has affected the real estate market nationwide, and what he's noticed, and this is true, it really hasn't affected the fundamentals, where you have buyer demand, you have an ease of financing, which is still really driving the market, where you still have a very strong seller's market, and then we're seeing that. We've got very low inventory. We had very low inventory before the virus, and that's what we're still seeing today, is that there's just very few homes for sale. We still have a lot of buyers. Buyers will still move regardless of economic conditions, whether you need to upsize, downsize, you have a job change, or what have you. It doesn't really matter. People still move. My family moved in 1979. I remember my father trying to sell his house with interest rates at 18%. It was just crazy, but he did it. Not easily, but that's a story for another time. What we are seeing, obviously, is some changes to our tactics, to some of the things that we do, and some demographic shifts that we're obviously we keep very close. We stay very close to the button on watching those small trends in the industry. For example, obviously, showings were restricted for a number of months. They still are in many respects. But what a lot of agents did, they went to virtual showings, virtual open houses, video tours, Matterport tours. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. And the question is, are those effective? Do they work? The answer is yes, that people really did respond to those. And we're able to see homes virtually without having to get in their car and make an appointment and then go see it. You can just literally sit in your computer and virtually walk through the home with depending on the technology that we're using. John L. Scott did partner with a company called Virtuance out of I think they're out of Bellevue, and they handle a lot of Matterport photography. I'll have a link, or I'll mention that probably in the comments below. But it's a really neat piece of technology. If you have any questions about that or marketing your home, obviously let me know. There's a lot of people who were working from home, working remotely. And has that changed obviously some of the demands? Yeah, obviously we're seeing, there's no real need to commute to the city centers. So a lot of people are choosing to live outside, live in the bedroom communities. And we're also seeing a great deal of urban flight right now. It's something you're not seeing in the news a great deal. We're seeing double-digit decreases in real estate in the city centers, and similar increases in rural areas. Obviously, people will move to the bedroom communities, the suburbs, but the rural areas are really what's booming right now with the demand out of the cities. And it's unfortunate that our society is going through that change right now. I don't know how this will all play out. I think it'll eventually end here as we head in the winter and people's emotions start to settle down, literally and figuratively. Interest rates at 3.01% on a 30-year fixed. So phenomenal time to buy. We've got a number of listings coming on here in the next week or so. You'll see those come out on my webpage. Any questions, obviously, let me know. Wherever you are, we love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.